Hello everyone. With this lecture, we are starting a brand new subject, a subject which is of extreme importance whenever you're practicing law, and also from the AIBE perspective has the maximum weighting. And yes, we are talking about everybody's favorite Code of Civil Procedure, also known as our favorite CPC. See, I will guarantee you one thing, irrespective of whether CPC is your favorite subject or not, by the end of this course, okay, by the time you finish all the videos, we have all these discussions, you will feel, oh, this is all that is there in CPC. Unnecessarily, it has been made so complicated, but in reality, CPC is only this much. You will get that idea that it's not that tough, okay. Now that we're talking about the exam, first let's talk about the importance of CPC for AIBE exam. That is our first focus, right? So first let's focus on the AIBE exam. Now AIBE exam has total of 100 marks. We are aware of that. Now in this 100 marks, CPC weightage is 10 marks. CPC is 10 marks weightage. Out of this 10 marks, I'm going to tell you that 8 marks you can score very easily. If you're following this, you will follow everything that is necessary for 8 marks. If you have bad luck, and like for example in AIBE 18 paper, which is your 2023 December attempt, you had very tough questions from CPC also. So that's why I'm saying 2 marks you don't know. Let's say these are we don't know. So even in the worst case scenario where you're having extremely tough paper, even then 8 marks you can easily score from CPC itself. And for CPC, you only have to take one bare act to the exam hall. Easy, no? One bare act which you will have to take to exam hall. One bare act which you will buy and use for the rest of your life. Whatever you're practicing, you will need this, right? So that ways, this is actually a very, very scoring subject. Very scoring subject. Now there is another good news in CPC. The good news is, out of this, everything that we are discussing in CPC, 90% of CPC, you don't have to by heart. 90% you don't have to by heart. Only small topics are there, some 10% topics, which you have to by heart, but all that 10% topics, I'll put star marks and I will only teach you then and there itself. So what I'm saying is, from one bare act, you will learn whatever skills you need for your practice. From the same one bare act, you will get up to 8 marks. 8 marks is minimum. You should get this much. Up to 10 marks also you can get. From the same bare act only you will get. Okay. Very good scoring. And you don't have to by heart anything. Yeah, there are other topics also which are scoring. But in that you will have to by heart few things. Here, 90% of the times you don't have to by heart. If you just know whatever ma'am is saying, where is it written in the bare act, it is sufficient. So for this lecture, my suggestion is please have physical copy of the bare act. So whatever we are discussing, whatever questions we are solving, you keep the video in front of you, but you also keep this bare act in front of you and see whatever ma'am is saying, where is it written. Because in the exam hall, if you're opening the bare act for the first time, CPC bare act for the first time, it will be very difficult to find answers. Then you will not be able to get 8-9 marks, okay? So therefore, whenever you're watching all the videos for especially CPC, please keep this bare act with you. You can buy any bare act if you don't have it, because it will be useful even after the exam for you. Definitely, 200% you need it, okay? Now, this is all from the perspective of the exam. This is one part of the story. Now, the other part of the story, ma'am, you're telling this is useful even for practice. How is it important? Irrespective of what you're practicing on civil side. Civil side meaning you will, for example, you're practicing property law, TOPA. You're practicing family law. Then also this is important. You're practicing commercial law. To a certain extent, CPC is still important. So here, there's one word you should know. TOPA, contracts. These are all acts which give you rights, okay? TOPA gives you rights with respect to immovable properties. Contracts gives you rights between two people who have entered into the contract, their rights, their liabilities, all of that is discussed here. Then family law, you're getting some contracts from civil marriage, from marriage you're getting. All of these are giving you rights. Whenever laws, whatever bare acts are giving you the rights, okay? You're getting some rights, right? Whatever bare acts are giving you rights, they are called as substantive What are they called? Substantive laws, wherever you're getting rights. But in CPC, there are no rights that you are getting. CPC is a procedure, code of civil procedure. So it is telling you how to implement these rights. Such acts are called as procedural laws. So CPC is called a procedural law. Okay. What is the other example? CRPC. For example, if it is a criminal case, then you will apply CRPC. Okay. So what are the two words you should remember here? Substantive law and procedural law. What are substantive laws? From which you get rights. Here you get no rights. It gives you procedures to be followed. Procedures, an example is CPC, CRPC, these are all procedural laws. Here, what are substantive? Everything. For example, in crimes, IPC is a substantive law. Indian Contract Act is a substantive law. Transfer of Property Act is a substantive law. These are the examples, okay? So these two terms, substantive law, procedural law, these terms are important for you to understand anything, because any book when you open, these terms will be given. So therefore, I don't want you to be confused, okay? So we are studying CPC, which is a procedural law. Ma'am, you are telling again and again procedural law. What is procedure? What are we talking about procedure? Nothing, very simple, ma. See, there is one person. This person is hurt. Now, this person hurt in legal, we are all lawyers. So, we will talk hurt meaning legal injury. In legal terms, this person is hurt, legal injury. Now, this person who has a legal injury, he wants to get some amount of justice, right? So, between getting the injury to justice, what are all the steps involved? These steps, step 1, then do this, then do that, then step 5, then step 10. All of these steps are clearly written down and given to you in one book, which is CPC. So, meaning now he has faced some injury, he will go to a lawyer, then what the lawyer should do, what case he should file. Okay, after filing case, what about evidence? While the case is filed, if new people want to join the case, what will happen? If the people who are in the case, if they die, then what will happen? If these people are government officials, if they are government people, then what will happen? X condition, Y condition, Z condition. So many things can happen, and this happens over years, not in one day, not in 2 days. From here, from the time you have an injury till the time you get justice, this will go on for years and years. So across this entire journey of this person from there to here, what are all the steps that need to be done to get relief, to get justice? That is given to you in one book as legal procedure. Because we are talking about civil law procedure, it's called CPC. If it is criminal law, it's called criminal procedure. Okay? That's it. That's the understanding you should have. Now we will move into understanding the act itself. Okay? If you already have the Bare Act, please open the Bare Act. I am just going to show here also for people who do not have the Bare Act, no problem. Just 1 second. Yes, here is the Bare Act. I have opened the first page. If you also have, please open the first page so that from here we can both discuss this together. Yeah. First, the moment you open, you find what is called contents page. This page is common for any Bare Act. Okay. It's written the Code of Civil Procedure. Then they say arrangement of sections. Okay. So first we are talking about the sections. Section 1, 2, 3 like this you will see. So here these are called as chapter names. See, these are first called as chapter names. Under chapter names, you have various sections. Section 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Then you have next chapter, part 1, chapter name is given, next chapter. And under the chapter now you have lot of sub-chapters. Suits in general, jurisdiction of the court. This is a sub-chapter. Then you have place of suing, again another sub-chapter. Then institution of suits, meaning how to file suits. This is a sub-chapter. like that you will keep on having as a sub chapters. Now what I will suggest is you just spend 5 minutes here. Just spend 5 minutes and go through it. See, this is first lecture. I don't expect you to understand. Who will understand anything on first lecture? Nobody. But here for AIB exam, it is important that you are aware what is given. Even if you don't understand, but if you know what words are given where, you can still score marks. Okay. So please spend 5 minutes and go through this. Ma'am, this is all sections. How many more sections are there? See, we are already reaching 100. So, ma'am, total how many sections are there? 158 sections. See, section will go on, okay? You have to come till here. At section 158, your sections will end. So, in CPC, what you have to remember? In CPC, you will start with section 1 to section 158. Okay, clear. So in CPC, it starts with sections. You will have from section 1 to section 158. Okay, this is important. I'll tell you why. Because after this, the story will change. Till here, probably you will be like, in any act, this is same. No, ma'am. Yes. But after here, the story changes. They say after sections, we have schedules. Schedules you will find in Constitution also. So there are some acts in which you will find schedules. Yes. But here, under schedules also they have put new things. So after section 158 is over, you will have schedule 1, first schedule. Under this schedule, they have put new term called order. Under schedule, you will have order 1. Then you scroll a little bit, you will see order 2. Then order 3. If you keep scrolling, you will find 4, 5, here 4, 5, you will keep on going. Ma'am, like this, how much we have to go? There are total of 51 orders. So, orders will start with order 1 and they will go till order 51. This is under CPC. This is important. These are important because if you don't know this, you will not be able to find answers in the Bare Act for the exam. Okay, please pay attention. So, we have first schedule. Under the schedule, we have orders. Now, if you see, let's see order 1. Under order, you have again 1, 2, 3, 4. Like here, 1, 2, 3, 3A, 4, 5, like this. These are all called as rules. So, order 1, under each order, you have rules 1, 2, 3, 4. So, total of, there are 51 orders. Under each order, you will have different rules. Now, how many rules are there, ma'am? That depends on topic to topic. How many conditions have to be there will depend on topic to topic, circumstance to circumstance. Similarly, some orders have only 2 or 3 rules, okay? Order, for example, you take order 4, here only it's there. Order 4 has only 2 rules. But order 21 has some 100 rules. Some order 1 has some 10 rules, 13 rules, like that. There is no condition or no limit on number of rules. There are total of 158 sections, 51 orders, and under each order there are multiple rules. Each rule talks about one of the situations, one of the circumstances, one condition, like that. Okay. Now, let's quickly revise what we have discussed till now for complete clarity, and then I will tell you something else. Okay, this we have discussed. Let me clean this up. Okay, now we are saying under CPC, just like any other section, under CPC you will have sections first. Okay. Now, after sections you will have schedule. What is a schedule? Things which could not be said in the Bare Act. For example, these are the sections. There are few things which have to be inserted into this. But because of lack of time, space, too many details, these things could not be inserted in between. So, things which could not be inserted in between the Bare Act, all of this is taken separately and made into a schedule. Like I said, in Constitution also same thing has happened. In Constitution you have articles 2, 3. There are things which they wanted to say in between the articles, but they could not find the space, too lengthy. So, they have taken those things and made separately into a schedule. So, in any act you find this, okay. Now, coming to CPC specifically, after sections we will talk about the schedule. Just 1 second. So total sections, section 1 to section 158. This much we have seen. Now we are saying schedule. We are talking about first schedule. Okay. Under the schedule, we have a term called as orders. Orders. How many total orders are there? Write it down with me. This is important. Do not forget order 1 to order 51. Under each order, you have rules. How many rules? Depends. There is no fixed number. Okay. Now, here, if I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. If I am writing like this, it means I am talking about sections. What are these? Sections. But orders are written in Roman numeral like 2, 3, 4. What are these called? These are called as Roman numerals. Orders are written in Roman numerals. Rules are again written like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, if I want to refer to a particular order, I will say like this. Example I am showing. This is important. Order 1, rule 3. That's how I will write it, how I will read it. Order 3, rule 2. Okay. For example, I will tell you, please open order 3, rule 2. How will you open it? Let's see. How will you open order 3, rule 2? I'll show you here. If you have your bare act, please do it right now with me. Okay. See. First I said order 3. So leave order 1, order 2, come to order 3. Under order 3, I want to go to rule 2. So order 3, rule 1 I don't want. I want rule 2, which is about recognized agents. Okay. So in the questions you will have order so and so dash so and so. If someone says order 21, rule 15, then what will you do? You will skip order 1 to order 20. You will skip. You will scroll. You will go to order 21. In that you will leave rules 1 to 14 you will ignore and come to rule 15. Okay. Let's see another example just so that you do not have any confusion in navigating bare act. Okay. I'm saying, okay, please open order 7, rule 7. Okay. I have given order 7, rule 7. Scroll. Order 6. No, I don't want order 6. Yeah, I want order 7. So order 7. I don't want all of this. I want only this. Relief to be specifically stated. So if I am writing order 7, rule 7, what does this mean? I am referring to this particular point. So instead of saying this particular point, I am going to say, please open order 7, rule 7. So you should know how to navigate this. Okay. That's why please spend 5 minutes right after this to make yourself aware of the structure in which the bare act is made for CPC. And I'm going to end this lecture with a good news. After this, we are going to be studying some MCQs which you can solve even without opening the bare act. Only using these tips and tricks that I'm going to be discussing, only with the knowledge of this lecture, you can solve at least 3 to 4 questions in AIBE exam. So don't miss that lecture.